Hey folks, welcome back to another Poem Masters video. So today we're actually getting the rerun of the New Year's seasonal banner, which honestly is not as bad as the holiday ones. Right, so at least there's that, I guess, right? But anyways, let's talk about it. I mean, the obvious answer is maybe not, right? If in terms of if you want something on it, but there's one merit that I think is actually, there's one argument that's actually pretty powerful, which is of the two, right? Obviously, the two New Year's, there's only two. It's probably going to be like a 1% banner, which again, in terms of that, rate's actually not terrible. But the thing is, right? The two units are Ribombee and Lancedos, right? Gyarados. Which both of these units, honestly, not bad. Not bad at all. Ribombee as a, self-healer, right? Crit buffer. A self-healer that could also crit buff, right? That's very, very good. Can have a lot of merit, I think, in the Legendary Gauntlet coming up, right? It could be actually really, really nice in the Legendary Gauntlet coming up. And in terms of Gyarados, right? He's already very, very good, right? But he could get even better soon. So let's jump into these kits, and I'll explain further, right? So let's first talk about Gyarados. Gyarados is the one I think is a bit more interesting. I see a lot of people dismissing like Lance Gyarados because he's like training move sucks or this or that, whatever. Which what? Who cares? Right, as long as his overall, the final product's good, that should be good, right? And I do think his final product is actually pretty nice, for a few reasons, right? He's a really just solid damage dealer, right? 390 special attack, right? Very, very good. And then Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam, again, one of the strongest moves in the game because it's normal type, right? Its BP is actually much higher than a lot of the other 4-gauge moves in the game. And you have Flying Shift, so it's actually Flying type, so it's not like worthless because it's normal type, right? Then you have Potion, which is also nice to have, right? Yeah, the trainer move's kind of whatever, but it's not like completely worthless, right? Actually, make sure your Hyper Beam doesn't miss, and then you get +2 attack, special attack, so you only need +4 special attack to max everything out, right? So actually not that bad, honestly. Also, you'd have like both physical and special options. Obviously, bounce not that good, but if there are like some stages that are flying weak, but like super special resistance, you have that option with bounce, right? And Power Flux 5 is a solid multiplier to have. All right, so yeah, overall, that's only like his big downside. Like speed's not that good, right? 224 speed's not that good. With being a 4-gauge move user, and if you do go into his grid. You do have like 2 move gauge refresh on the Hyper Beam, which does help that a bit, right? And then you have Raging Rain over here, which powers up your moves in Rain, obviously. Racing Rain makes it faster in Rain, which are all really, really nice. And especially if you do run him with Kyogre, right? If you run him with Kyogre, not only do you get the Rain multipliers, you also get the Hoenn Master, Hoenn Spirit Master passive with Kyogre as well, which is again very, very powerful. So what I do want to talk about is, right, at the moment, in terms of just like pure damage wise, right, he is the best flying type damage dealer, like right now, right? Just pure damage wise, he's the best, right? You run him with Kyogre and boom, he's very, very powerful. I'd say Annie's is probably the better overall unit, right? But if you want to like compare damage, right, this guy's he's there, right? And which is very, very good, right? 1 million is not 1 million damage is no joke. 1 million damage is no joke, right? And what I do want to mention is, what if this becomes even higher in the future? Because again, he's very, very good right now. In the future, he could be extremely, extremely powerful if we get that Flying Zone unit. If we get a Flying Zone unit to buff this guy on top of having, if you could still run Kyogre in it, again, all depends on the Flying Zone unit has to be like a support, right? Or at least good on gauges, all that stuff, or mainly a support, right? So you could like again max out his stats, right, to make that work. But if it does happen to become a flying type or Flying Zone support that could buff your crit, buff your special attack, right? This guy becomes insane with it, running him with Kyogre. If it's not that, you could still run it with the Flying Zone unit. Obviously, then you can't run Kyogre because then you can't max out your special attack and crit, right? Which is still going to be good, but it's not going to be like that much different from just, you know, running Kyogre over here, right? So again, completely depends on what the Flying Zone unit could be. Again, if it is a support that perfectly helps Gyarados, this guy's going to be absolutely insane, right? So that's the one thing, right? And again, he's not bad right now. He's not bad right now either, right? If you just want a solid flying type damage dealer, you could definitely try for him, right? But caveat being, there's still a lot of very, very good banners up at the moment, right? Again, Renegade Cynthia is up. Lucas is coming soon, right? We got the 2 New Year's units up, all that stuff. Like, yeah, he's good, but there's better banners up right now, right? That's always the issue with these, right? It's like, yeah, he's fine, he's good to have, but the other ones are better. And then the other thing is, you do split him with Lillie. Although, again, I don't think Lillie is bad. I think Lillie is actually a pretty solid support, right? Again, support that can max out crit is always good. Always good to have a support that can max out crit. And downside also is not that quick with the 3-gauge move as your support, but the upside of that is it is leech life, so you could heal from this, right? You have Team Sync regen, which is nice as well. What else do you have? You have I mean, this is not very reliable. But you have evasion boosts, which is also really rare in the game. All right, and I do think he could be very, very, very nice. Also, you have status condition shield as well, right? He could be she could be very, very nice in Legendary Arena or Legendary Gauntlet specifically, right? Because you need so many supports against Legendary Gauntlet, and she's a very, very good one because not only again she does buff your team's crit, she also has the ability to keep herself alive, right? Generally. Which is again also very good. Buffs evasion as well. Like there's a lot of legendary arenas that actually you could kind of cheese with evasion. For example, the Entei one, right? The Entei one, again, in my opinion, the hardest part of Entei is just getting, just not getting hit by that, not getting or trapped by the fire spin, right? And fire spin not that great accuracy, and then boom, you buff your accuracy for your team, and then you just dodge it, and then boom, like the rest of the Entei is honestly bit of a piece of cake, right? Even though I think Entei is super effective against Ribombee. Not fire. He does have like a stone edge that hurts a lot, but like outside of that, you generally should be fine, right? So she's definitely really, really nice for again Legendary Gauntlet coming up, but same issue, right? Like these are good units. Both these units are definitely very, very solid units. It's just that we just have better banners up at the moment, right? And even if you have enough gems to either get Lucas, and you already got Cynthia, already got the Sabrina and the Vulcan, and you're like, okay, first of all, you probably would be a whale, and if you're a whale, then sure, go for them. If you spend money, then sure, you go for whatever. But that aside, I'd still think maybe not, right? I'd still think maybe don't go for them because we still have to wait, because next month we're getting new Palatine's units, which are probably going to be, also seasonal, by the way, and probably very, very good looking as well. Because I just like this Palatine seasonal outfits. They look so good. And then again, at the end of the month, we have the 2.5 year anniversary. Like honestly, like good units on all. You just can't afford to spend gems right now, right? Whether it's for Dialga, whether it's for Cynthia, whether it's for Sabrina Vulcaner, whether it's just saving for the 2.5 year anniversary. Good units, but I don't think you could a lot, especially if you're free to play. I don't think you could afford going for this banner right now, right? Again, unless you're a huge Lillie fan, you just want Lillie Ribombee, you just want Lance and Gyarados, then sure, you could definitely go for this, right? You should always, in my opinion, go for your favorite units because there really rarely are any bad units in this game. Right, yeah, there's differences between units, obviously. There's a lot of very powerful ones and some that aren't that great. But generally, like, again, these are good units. Like, if you just really like Lance, Gyarados, really like Ribombee, Lillie, then sure, right? But outside of that, I'd say you probably better to either save your gems or spend it somewhere else, right? Whether it's Lucas, the New Year's units, Which, by the way, I think New Year units are just better than last year's New Year units. Even though, again, the last year's units are New Year. Oh my God, New Year's. Jesus Christ. Last year's New Year's units were pretty good too, but I think this year's NY units have them beat generally. And again, I either go for that or just save for 2.5 grand average. So anyways, that's right. This one, I guess, hope y'all enjoyed. It's just a quick video going over these two. Let me guys think in the comments down below. Like, share this video, subscribe to our channel for some more Pokemon. See you guys in the next one.